Behind me is my new BMW M2 G87, and there's a bunch of shit that really annoys me with the car, but there's a lot that I actually like. So today we're going through what I like, what I don't like, and we're starting with the bad, because then we can finish off with something positive. Something bad, well, as you see, the car has a lot of angles, all right? And people really hate it for exact those reasons. I mean, in my opinion, that is exactly why I want it, because it looks different than other cars. I mean, I really like the design. It is sick, but people hate it. I don't even know why. I think it looks gorgeous, man. It looks a little bit more squarish. It is a Lego car, as you say. And the worst thing about it is, when you drive this car, every single one wants to race you. All of those Audi TT RS or RS3 guys, CLA 45, C63 guys, every single one wants to race me now. I don't even know why. I mean, leave me the fuck alone. The car is still brand new. I have driven it for 1,200 kilometers now, so I have like 500 kilometers until I can really start pounding it. But you'll see why I bought it anyway. Because say what you want, but the angles are really, really nice. I mean, look at that thing. Oh yeah. Configured it in all black, baby. All black. Let's go to some shit that that also pisses me off a little bit. So the next thing that I really do not like is when you get inside the car, okay? So we're getting in. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Now look at that. Of course I have to put my seatbelt on, right? But look how far I have to reach out. I mean, I can't really do it. It doesn't have a belt butler. This is reserved for the 4 Series, okay? But when I pay 100K for the car, I expect you to put a belt butler in here, or at least let me adjust. At least let me adjust it, man. So this is some annoying shit, but I guess it's not that bad. It's a sporty car, all right? Okay, let's close the door. Let's get going. Here is another thing that I really don't like. So we are now in normal mode, okay? And I have those buttons here. So for example, I want the exhaust to be on and I want to hear the car, okay, when I rev it up a little bit. Okay, I turned the exhaust off, listen to now. Okay, let's open the window, let's have a listen. Sounds like a 3-cylinder, all right? Now let's press this button here. Okay, it should get louder, right? It doesn't. That is an annoying shit. So what you have to do is, to get the car to be loud, you have to put it into M1 mode. Okay. You have the M modes here, as you can see, or the setup modes. You can set your M1 configuration up. And it says M sound, all right? M sound here. Now when I rev it, that is more like it. But I don't want it to be in M mode all the time, especially when I'm driving. So I can't do that in the normal setup. I can't do it. Another thing that kind of pisses me off, it's not that bad, okay, but it pisses me off a little bit, is the touch screen. And I have a reason for that. So this is the touch screen, okay? It is curved and all of that, but I have cleaned the screen now so you don't see the fingerprints. Because this is a touch screen, okay, and you can go for all the settings. Fingerprints are going to be all over the car, and I really don't like that. I think it's not that nice, and it's just not nice to look at. Okay, here's another thing while driving that really annoys me a lot. So the problem is this: most of the time you're driving a little bit over the speed limit, and the car just makes sounds all the goddamn time. I don't even know what it wants. You hear that ding ding? I don't even know what is that about. I'm not even driving too fast. I don't even know what it wants. I really don't, and I don't know how to turn it off. I know how to turn off one thing that is really annoying, and it's this: when I exceed 60 kph now, okay, listen to that. Just drive a little bit. It warns me, it shows the sign, warning, 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 and all of a sudden it will start to bing, 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 all the goddamn time. So what you have to do is, you hear that? Bing, bing. What you have to do is sort of press this button here, the set button. You press it for 3 seconds, and then it says tempo limit warning deactivated. So Eventually it will turn it off, but you will still see it blinking and shining in the head-up display and in general your speedometer. And what that sound was, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. So another thing that I think is really questionable is the price, man. I mean, prices have went up in the whole world. Inflation and all of that crap is really bothering with us. But 103K as configured is really, it's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money for an M2, the entrance M car. But here comes something very positive, and here comes the main reason why I have bought the car. Because when I first reviewed it, a white one, I couldn't believe how this car performed. I literally couldn't believe it. I thought, this is not possible. This cannot be. I drive 7 minutes and 30 seconds around the Nürburgring. 7 minutes and 32, that's absolutely insane. And the way it just moves forward, it's actually too much power for a rear-wheel drive car. I mean, in every single gear I have wheel spin. Second, third, fourth gear. When it's a little bit wet outside, which it is a lot in Switzerland, this car will just spin its wheels. It doesn't matter if you shift at 140 into the next gear, it just wheel spin. Let me demonstrate it to you. So when I put it into M1 mode, listen now, you can hear the car has changed quite a bit. So I've not turned the ESP off completely. This is DSC off, but it's the same. It's a MDM mode, but it's the same thing over and over again. Okay, let's put it into automatic. 3, 2, 1. Spinning wheels, spinning wheels, spinning wheels. But that thing goes, man. It goes like crazy. It's just very dangerous. If you're not used to driving sports cars, and I mean they lie about the numbers, this is not 460 horsepower. This is much more. I think it has 500, and a lot of people have dynoed it, and it had like 500 horsepower in the engine, 460 to the wheels. Sorry, I do this vlog first time, so apologize for all of the robotic movements. It's really a fast machine. But then again, look at that. I just kick down it here. You see that? It's just oversteer all the time. I can't even race the people anymore. I can't even do it. I mean, I told you, all the people want to race me now since I drive this car. I can't do it. I just decide not to attend the race because once you step on the throttle, it's just oversteer. You lose against the Golf R, so you don't want that. Don't race the people. Don't race them. Race them on the racetrack, beat everybody on the racetrack or on the mountain road, but don't race them on a drag race, man. It doesn't grip at all. I guess it's a positive flex, and the S58 engine is one of the best engines that they've ever produced, and this is another very good thing. You can tune those cars to 600 horsepower without a single problem, man. And I'm thinking of doing so. Here is another very annoying thing about the BMW M2, but it's not really that bad, but still it annoys me. So imagine you're driving normally, okay? Let's let it shift down a little bit. Shift down, okay. Look how smooth those shifts go. Fourth, fifth. Beautiful. It really is a beautiful gearbox, and the shifts happen so seamless. You can just drive beautifully. But then you put the car into M1 mode. So I know you should rev the car out to 7,000 RPM, and then it's really not that bad what I'm going to demonstrate. But look at that. Let's say I drive in M1 mode just for the sake of driving in M1 mode. Okay, I accelerate a little bit. You see that? It vibrates through the whole cabin on lower RPM ranges. And I've yet to find the right setting for me because I like to drive in M1 mode. It sounds beautiful. It accelerates like bonkers. It's really nice. And that is... yeah, I mean, the vibration is really not good, especially when you're driving around corners, man, because all of a sudden the car gets loose. It breaks out and you have to catch it. And it's a very dangerous little machine. So, yeah, I'm not that big of a fan of those vibration through the cabinets in lower RPM ranges. Not that good. What I very much like about the M2 in general also is the fuel consumption. I mean, I've driven cars that use 15, 20 liters of fuel. It's really unnecessary in today's terms, and they are much slower than the BMW M2. I mean, this car will beat supercars from the old age easily while accelerating. It's much faster than the recent review we did on the Gallardo, for example. It's a much faster car, and it only uses 7.5 to 8 liters on the Autobahn. I drive it now. I've been driving the whole day through the city and doing all of that crazy pulls and do all of that crap, just enjoying it a little bit. And it used like 9.2 liters of fuel. That is brilliant. That is absolutely great. It's really, really good. All in all, I'm very satisfied with the BMW M2. I really like it a lot. I mean, it's a beautiful car. I like how it drives. I like how it feels on the steering wheel. The brakes, the acceleration, all of that. The fuel consumption is also great. There's some annoying shit that really annoys me, but this is more about BMW nowadays, general. I mean, the infotainment system is the same on every BMW, but the M2 is really scoring a lot of points, and it's at home at those back roads, country roads, which we are in right now. So I think that sums it up perfectly fine. I really like the M2. As I said, it's a brilliant car, and I think I will keep it a little bit. I will keep it a little bit before I eventually go back to the natural aspirated times. And this car is really the only right thing to do, in my opinion, because it really is a fast machine. Absolutely love it.